What's up, and good afternoon, everybody. We're back here for another afternoon review today because I just got done watching Crown Jewel, WWE, Saudi Arabia, Blood Money, whatever number this is at this point. We're here to do a review today, but a pretty good card, I should say, going into this show. This show did start at about 12 p.m. my time over here, maybe 11:30 for the pre-show. So let's get right into it. We did kick it off with the pre-show of Sami Zayn versus JD McDonough. Sami Zayn, of course, obviously is over in Saudi Arabia. I know the guy, I think he's like, what, Muslim or something? So I know he came out in the garb like he did like months ago. Was it months? Yeah, it was months ago when he would, defend the tag team titles and whatnot. And he was super over. So Sami, very over with the Saudi fans out here. I don't have much to say about this match. It was pretty good. It was solid. Sami ended up getting the, haluva kick and the Blue Thunder Bomb on McDonough to win the match. So I don't have really much to much say about this. So Sammy ended up getting a win. But then we actually get to the main card of the show. They had Byron Saxton as the ring announcer, so I guess they couldn't get Mike Rome or Samantha Irving for this show. Or I forget the girl's name from NXT, but she's pretty good too. Saxton, he tried, but it's a little bit weird hearing Saxton announce because I was trying to wonder who it was announcing throughout the night till somebody actually said it then. So I don't know. This announcement's kind of but we did kick it off though with the world title on the line. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. A very good match to kick off the show. I thought it was really good. My money was on Drew McIntyre to win this match to win the WWE title, but I had a feeling that it wasn't going to happen. But this was a big main pay-per-view match here. I thought it was great. I actually thought Drew was going to win, especially after the second Claymore kick. But when Drew was setting up for another one, Seth got out of the way. He got a super kick on him then. He pedigreed him and hit the curb stomp. Clean win. So, yes, he did beat Drew McIntyre clean right in the middle of the ring right there, so I was kind of surprised by that. I feel like this is going to obviously take a turn with Drew as it's been a slow burn in turning him heel right now, so you know it's coming, and it's obviously happening at some point. Excuse me. It's obviously happening at some point. So it looks like, the turn continues to go on. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Seth won. Drew walked up out of there, but as Seth was sitting in the ring with the title, next thing you know, Damian Priest comes out to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. He looked like he was about to do it and giving the case to the referee, but somebody in a hoodie showed up. Sami Zayn ended up showing up, taking the briefcase with him, stopping Judgment Day from gaining all the power, as he said. So no cash in for this show tonight, or today technically, or night over there, but no cash in general. They then went back to Drew in the back, basically sitting there kind of disheveled, and Ripley just kind of walked up looking at him, shaking her head, saying almost like, hey, I told you it was going to happen. So there you go. Next though was a fatal 5-way for the women's title. I'm sorry, Raw women. I mean, women's. All these names get confusing sometimes, but I don't know. It's two women's titles, but the Raw one, the World Women. I said World Women. Raw. Or no, I said it right. Women World Champion, women's champ. I get it wrong. There you go. But fatal 5-way though. Obviously, everybody had their regular entrances except for Ripley, which Ripley's entrance was just a bunch of guys coming out there with like candles, and it was like a green light thing, and they were all just standing there and in two rows, and Ripley made an entrance. I have no idea what that was supposed to mean. I don't know. So that was her special entrance out there. I don't have much to say about this fatal 5-way between Rhea, Nia Jax, Raquel, Gonzalez, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark. It looks like they put all the credible challenges in there that have a chance against Ripley in the one match for some reason. Because I felt like at one point Ripley literally had no challenges on Raw because she ran through everybody on Raw. And I was like, who's left? But they need other giant women to fight Ripley, so they basically threw out the rest of the other giant women out there. I don't have much to say about this fatal 5-way. Like I said before, Ripley won. I'm not surprised. We all knew she was going to retain the title. Basically, Raquel ended up hitting the Chicago bomb onto Baszler. Ripley ended up hitting the Riptide on Zoe Stark from the top rope onto Raquel and them at the bottom, and then Ripley ended up pinning Baszler for the win. So no surprise from here. Like I said, the match was okay. I thought Zoe Stark was good in this match. I feel like at some point they're going to do a one-on-one with any of these women. I'm sure Nia Jax given they've had her kind of run through Ripley in a way ever since she's gotten back into the company. But I don't have much to say about this. Ripley won. That's it. No surprise there. Obviously, they show video packages of half the roster going around, talking about Saudi Arabia and the tourism there. Not going to go into that much. I'm sure it's a lot of bad to say, but they're showing the good parts about it. Some would say propaganda, but, Saudi, we all know will go down there half the time. Next was John Cena versus Solo Sikoa. John Cena has not won a match since 2018 in Saudi Arabia against Triple H. It's been that long, 2,000 something days. John Cena has not won a match. He went against Solo. I know he called Solo a bargain basement Taz on SmackDown yesterday. And, he's selling the Samoan Spike with the raspy voice. I thought I was surprised he didn't call him Umaga, but I guess Taz is a bigger insult than Umaga and whatnot. Some people called Solo Sikoa discount Umaga anyways with the Samoan Spike. The main thing across this match, which I can at least say John Cena wrestled a full match, and this wasn't another one of these, 5 moves of doom and getting your ass kicked throughout the entire match and whatnot. We all know John Cena has, Hollywood, which, depending how long that actor strike goes, which it looks like there's no end in sight as it is anyway. So John Cena obviously will be here even longer for the foreseeable future. I don't have a problem with that. But then again, hey, Hollywood's messing up as it is anyways. But I think they got the writers back. But hey, I don't know, fuck Disney. I don't know, I could say something like that. But that's a different story. But another day with that of them being blamed. But with the actor strike still going, Cena's still here. Most of I could say this match was very good. I know John Cena was mostly focused on taking out Solo Sikoa's hand, basically, so he couldn't use that Samoan Spike, because that was really the biggest point of this match. Solo trying to get the Spike on Cena, Cena doing his best to dodge it, and, make sure he can get it out of the way, trying to get him into the FU, trying to get him into the STFU and whatnot. But Solo did end up getting the Samoan Spike from out of nowhere then. He was down for a minute, selling his hand and whatnot, but he hit Cena with a second one then. Cena did get back up, but then he got hit with a third one. And then Solo just started beating the hell out of Cena with the Samoan Spike several times to the throat before actually covering him and won the match and got a clean win over Cena. So, Cena, he put somebody over here, big time. And, Solo headed to the back and made him look like a vicious monster. Basically like, Umaga, which, that's the craziest thing about this feud when they kept pointing out, Cena's talking about, I haven't won a match in 5 years, and that the Samoan Spike is the most deadliest move in the WWE. Like, dude, you went against Umaga years ago, and you kicked out of that shit, 2, 3, 4 times, and I think Umaga never even beat Cena. He beat the hell out of Cena, but he never actually beat John Cena back then. Like, Cena was winning damn near all the time and whatnot. So, obviously, they still going into the losing streak story of John Cena. Will he ever get a win? Cena did get back on his feet. He waved to the crowd, and he walked to the back. One thing I will say about commentary, which they want you to believe it, obviously, is that John Cena is the greatest of all time. They said it like 50 dozen times. Well, they say it on SmackDown all the time, too, but they said it like 50 times on commentary. Cena's the greatest of all time. Cena's the greatest of all time. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Cena is one of the GOATs. Don't get me wrong. But they want you to believe like he is the GOAT. Like the ultimate GOAT. That he is literally the greatest. That no one is better than him. So it kind of gets annoying. But they trying to make you believe it and sell that as much as they can. I will say I did like this match though. Obviously, it may be revisited later on. Will Cena ever get a win? It could be a rematch at Survivor Series. It could be a match going into the Royal Rumble, maybe. It could be going into WrestleMania, as Cena now kind of quests to get a big win now, since he hasn't had a singles win in damn near 5 years. I will say this did help Solo Sikoa in putting him over, making him look like a vicious monster, bigger than the Enforcer. Obviously, he's the Enforcer of the Bloodline, but it made him look vicious out there. This was better than what I saw what Cena did back at WrestleMania with Theory, because, we saw how that went, and Cena was mostly right when you go back and look. I said this many times months ago in that promo. It was like, yeah, Theory beat John Cena, but did it mean anything after that? It's like what Cena said. Yeah, you may win the battle, but you didn't win the war. You beat me one night, but you still got to come out here and do it. And I'm like, wow, Cena must have been like a fortune teller, because he was correct, and he destroyed him on the microphone. So, and Cena was going at, Solo on the microphone, but hey, Solo got the win. So, there you go. But I like this better than the one we saw with Theory back in Mania months ago, because Theory just went cold and nobody cares. Like, yeah, you beat John Cena. Who gives a shit? It didn't really mean anything at that point. He was just holding the U.S. title around just because. Solo, I believe something will happen even bigger. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, Cena is still looking on his quest to get a win. Continues right now, which they're doing the whole, does he still got it? Even though he believes he can do it, can he still do it? So now they're, showing all the story of doubt and, melancholy and trying to get the crowd into him and whatnot. So it's telling a really good story out there. But definitely we're going to see what happens next. Right after that, this is where I start kind of tuning out of the show. I did not care. They had a Miz TV segment, and they had this actor. I don't know who the man's name is, so I'm not going to butcher his name and get it wrong. I know they say he was an actor and a comedian. I'm trying to read it here. Let me look it up. Ibrahim Al Hajjaj. I believe it's it. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know the guy. I know it's for Saudi Arabia, but I was halfway paying attention to this. I didn't need to see a Miz TV segment. I guess it was just to get the Saudi thing over. I know Waller had walked out there, and then Miz and Waller start going at it, and the guy, the actor, he started kind of getting involved, trying to hit a move in, and doing something, and Miz hit a skull crushing finale, and that's it. That's all I can say. The live crowd, I guess, liked it, but I was halfway paying attention. I don't care. I didn't even know why this was even a segment. It's like it had to be there just because. So I don't. Oh, and then the guy ended up hitting like a people's elbow, and the crowd ate it up. So there you go. That's it. Um, right after that, Logan Paul, who was rolling around in the desert in some type of dune buggy car, had this big entrance to go against Rey Mysterio. I like Rey Mysterio's LWO jacket. This is where the crowd started to fall off. And they were very they didn't get into this match as much. And I don't feel like they cared a lot. And it wasn't bad. I feel like there were a few off spots out there, which they did kind of recover from. Because I know Logan Paul did kind of struggle to pick Ray back up when I think Ray did like a moonsault in the air. And like it was a good save by Logan, but it was almost like he almost dropped Rey Mysterio. But I don't got much to say from this. I'm not really surprised who won. I'm sure some people don't want to see Rey Mysterio jobbing the YouTube guys on here. And Logan Paul is very good in the ring. Do I feel like it's gonna be another one of these part-time champion things? Possibly. It's not like he's about to go do some other, crazy boxing money fight match and whatnot, but I'm assuming Logan Paul's going to draw something. I think he's a really good heel. Did I have much care going into this match? Not really. Did I kind of have a feeling like Ray's jobbing to some dude on YouTube? Yeah, but Logan Paul is really good in the ring, but like I said, this match was just it was kind of okay. It was I guess one of his, I don't know, some dude, one of his entourage guys came out there and did they gave him like some brass knuckles and whatnot. And he, I think the dude dropped the brass knuckles. Santos Escobar, I don't know what the rest of the LWO was, but he just comes throughout the barricade and steps on those brass knuckles and puts them on the apron and whatnot. And he chased the guy away. And then Logan Paul ended up grabbing the brass knuckles. Ray hit a 619, went for the springboard, but Logan Paul hit brass knuckles with Ray. So at least Ray didn't lose clean. He did cheat. Logan Paul tried to say, like, I respect you, Ray. I don't know what happened. I love you, Ray. And Ray was like, you know what you did. You know what you did. So it will be a rematch, obviously. Could it be a Survivor Series? Yeah. Do I have much care for it? Not much, honestly, going into this whole feud. But I guess we'll see what happens. So I'm not really surprised Logan Paul won here. So I don't know. But obviously it's going to set up for a rematch. So we'll see what happens. Bianca Belair went against Io Shirai for the women's title. Once again, the crowd really fell off of this and didn't have much care for it. And it wasn't a bad match. It was pretty good. But the crowd wasn't really with this. I know Bayley came out later on and interfered in the match, distracting the referee. And then Bianca went out after her. She was setting up for the KOD. But then we got the return of Kairi Sane. Now, I heard Kairi Sane already been signed back with the WWE a while ago. So Kairi Sane was back, and here insane elbow? No, it was a moonsault, not a moonsault, but she hit that elbow off the barricade, threw it back in the ring. Io hit the the moonsault and won. Io and Kairi celebrated. Bayley looked surprised. I guess Bayley was the one that took out Kairi before Kairi left out of WWE for the past few years. I could have sworn it was Nia Jax. Damn near ragdolling her half the time. But I don't know. Obviously, I guess it's going to, make Damage Control implode from in, or Bayley may get kicked out, or there wasn't no Dakota out there, but something obviously is going to happen. I don't really have much care for Damage Control anyways. I've never cared since the get-go. I feel like all these women could do better on their own individually, but obviously there's going to be someone getting usurped, and Kairi will be in Judgment Day. Why did I say Judgment Day? Damage Control now. So good to see her back, so we'll see what happens, but yeah, Kairi Sane returns. Io retains. Now, this is where the crowd actually woke up now. Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. Damian did not have the briefcase, but he had the tag titles with him. Listen, this was a solid match. I have nothing much to say. Cody was super over. Like I said, he woke this crowd up after the last two matches. So Cody definitely picked the crowd up. Him and Damian almost have the same finishing away with the crossroads almost. I know they went to the table. Well, yeah, the crossroads and the reckoning, but I know they went through the table. He saw the ankle. I know they ended up getting in the ring. Finn Balor came out there, so obviously Judgment Day interference is going to happen. Then McDonough, Cody took him out. Then you got, Dominic coming out with a steel chair then. Priest hits the big, South of Heaven choke slam, but it's Dominic's head down there with the chair. Jey Uso ended up coming out, super kicking everybody out there and chasing everybody, all the heels back to the back with the chair, which I feel like Dominic ran the wrong way. He was going up the ramp. He was supposed to go, around the ramp or whatnot. He went up the ramp, but Jay chased him off. Cody hit the roll up. He hit the Cody cutter. He went for the bionic elbow. Cody ended up hitting Priest with like 3 crossroads and winning the match. So no surprise, Cody won from here. So yeah, Cody super over as usual. So he won the match. Next, we got to Roman Reigns versus LA Knight for the undisputed title, WWE title, undisputed Universal WWE undisputed title, basically. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But listen, Roman Reigns, LA Knight, a good match. I'm not surprised going into this. We all knew who was going to win. It's like when you see Roman matches, it's almost like rinse and repeat. I swear I heard a CM Punk chant throughout this match. I'm not sure, but obviously the crowd is going to be behind LA Knight with the yeah thing and whatnot. But, LA Knight was over. Not once in my mind I ever believed that LA Knight was ever going to beat Roman. I don't know where people think that, or if he loses the Roman, he will lose all his momentum. I don't believe that. Now, like I said, the guy's over right now, so obviously he was going to get a title shot here. I didn't think he was going to be at Survivor Series, but, the match, it was what it was. Some would think you could kind of call all these Roman matches, because, listen, Roman hasn't had a match since SummerSlam, so it's been like, 4 or 5 months now, August, so he hasn't wrestled in that long. Obviously, he was going to get bloodline interference. The only bloodline interference, the only difference out of this, because I'm used to calling these Roman matches now, is like you get damn near somewhat of a 20-minute, 15-minute match going, and then it's going to be a ref bump, and then it's going to be bloodline interference and a bunch of shenanigans, and then either way, Roman's going to win one way or another after all the shenanigans happen, okay? Only difference here, there was no ref bump this time. I know Solo came out there, the referees were sending him back to the back. Jimmy Uso got involved, pulling Reigns out to safety and whatnot, getting him out of danger. The finishers were then coming in after that. LA Knight ended up hitting the BFT. Jimmy pulled him from under the ring, got him out there. Knight ended up slamming Jimmy through the announce table several times until it broke then. And then Roman ended up spearing, because he speared him then. Because after he put him through the table, he speared him through the barricade, threw LA Knight back in the ring, hit another spear. I think it was like 2 spears at that point, and won the match. So Roman Reigns wins. Some would say rinse and repeat, but no surprise by this. We all know Roman was going to. Not once in my mind, like I said before, LA Knight was not going to win. Could have been a test for him in a way to see if he can hang in there. Yeah. But was he ever going to win the title? No. Not at all. Never saw that happen in one time. And I thought they were going to shock fans in Saudi Arabia by having a big WWE title change. I just never saw it coming. But It was good, but it's like every other Roman match you've probably seen in the past. And I see why some people probably would tune out of it, but and it's easy to call, but it is what it is. Overall, the show is solid. I did enjoy Seth and Drew. I thought Cena and Solo was good. The Fatal 5-Way was what it was, so it wasn't bad. Don't care much for the Miz segment. Ray versus Logan Paul, that's where the crowd started falling off, which, it was an okay match, but the crowd fell off of it. Same with Io and Bianca. Like I said, solid stuff. But like I said, Kairi returned, that much to say. Cody woke the crowd up, and the main event was the main event. So it was a solid show. I don't got a lot to say. It was pretty good, so it wasn't bad. I've seen worse Saudi Arabia shows, but, this wasn't bad here at Crown Jewel today. So I didn't think it was a bad pay-per-view for this afternoon. So it is what it is. It was easy to call a lot of this stuff anyway, so kind of predictable at the same time. But hey, we'll see what happens next. But comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. Tell me, what do you all think about Crown Jewel today? Did you enjoy this? Did you expect any more title changes throughout this match? Were you surprised by anything throughout this whole show? And did you enjoy it in general, okay? So tell me what you think about that in the comment section. But yes, subscribe, as I said before. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell. And yeah, we're out of here. So other than that, I'll see y'all later. And peace.